Historical films have a special way of making the past feel alive, whether through massive battles, political intrigue, or deeply personal stories.
もう自分には負けとうない。
負けられます。絶対に大丈夫です。
Some of the movies on this list you've probably heard of, while others may be completely new discoveries. That's what makes it exciting. Today, we're counting down the top 10 historical movies on Prime Video you need to watch. Some are cult favorites, some are classics, and some might just surprise you. Number 10, Dragon Blade. What happens when Jackie Chan, John Cusack, and Adrian Brody collide on the Silk Road? You get Dragon Blade, a wild 2015 historical epic that blends East and West in unexpected ways. Jackie Chan plays Huo An, a Han Dynasty commander trying to keep the peace, who suddenly finds himself allied with a lost Roman legion led by Cusack. Their uneasy truce is tested when Adrian Brody storms in as the ruthless Roman general Tiberius, hungry for conquest. The movie is packed with large-scale battles, sweeping desert landscapes, and that signature Jackie Chan mix of heart and action. While critics were split on the story, the fight choreography and production scale are undeniable. It's a strange but ambitious clash of cultures that makes Dragon Blade stand out as a historical oddity worth experiencing. Number 9, Furious. Also known as Legend of Kolovrat, Furious is a sweeping 2017 Russian epic that feels like the country's answer to 300. The film dramatizes the legend of Evpety Kolovrat, a medieval knight who became a folk hero after standing against the Mongol invasion of Rus in 1237. Played by Ilya Malakhov, Kolovrat isn't just a warrior, he's a symbol of resilience, wielding two swords in a whirlwind style that earned him his legendary name. The movie blends history and myth, leaning more into heroic fantasy than strict accuracy, with massive battles, stylized visuals, and tragic sacrifice. Add in a pounding score by Serge Tankian of System of a Down, and you've got a film that feels as much like a rock opera as a war epic. Bold, dramatic, and unapologetically mythic, Furious is history retold as legend. Number 8, W.E.
The whole world turned against her, but she never backed down. She survived.
The lavish historical romance that intertwines two parallel stories, the infamous love affair between King Edward VIII and American divorcee Wallis Simpson, and the modern-day journey of Wally Winthrop, a woman in 1990s New York who becomes obsessed with their legacy. Jumping between eras, the film contrasts royal opulence with personal struggles, revealing that the fairy tale romance may have been more complicated than history books suggest. Abby Cornish plays Wally, while Andrea Riseborough delivers a standout performance as Wallis Simpson, capturing both her glamour and vulnerability. Though the film divided critics, it earned an Oscar nomination for its exquisite costumes and a Golden Globe win for Best Original Song. Stylish, ambitious, and emotionally layered, W.E. explores the price of love, obsession, and sacrifice. Number 7, Shock and Awe.
They don't care about the truth.
Shock and Awe, directed by Rob Reiner, dives into the tense political climate leading up to the Iraq War. The film follows a team of Knight Ridder journalists, played by Woody Harrelson, James Marsden, and Reiner himself, who challenged the Bush administration's claims that Saddam Hussein possessed weapons of mass destruction. While most of the media echoed the government's narrative, these reporters dug deeper, uncovering the shaky intelligence that would later be proven false. With Tommy Lee Jones and Jessica Biel rounding out the cast, the film highlights the importance of truth-telling when the stakes couldn't be higher. Though it wasn't a commercial success and critics were divided, the story remains powerful, a reminder that real journalism can be the last line of defense against misinformation in times of war. Number 6, The 800. The 800 is one of the most ambitious Chinese war epics ever made, and it shows. Directed by Guan Hu, the film recreates the 1937 defense of Sihang Warehouse during the Battle of Shanghai, where a vastly outnumbered group of Chinese soldiers held off the Japanese army in a last-stand effort to inspire their country. Shot entirely with IMAX cameras and staged on massive practical sets, The movie balances sweeping battlefield spectacle with claustrophobic tension, as survival becomes both impossible and symbolic. While its cast of characters can feel overwhelming, the sheer scale and intensity make it unforgettable. With a $461 million box office haul, it was one of 2020's biggest global hits, and a visceral reminder of courage in the face of impossible odds. Number 5. Bobby.
You're on stage at 9 sharp, and you're introducing Senator Kennedy in the embassy ballroom.
So sad.
Bobby is a star-studded historical drama that doesn't focus on Robert F. Kennedy himself, but on the people whose lives intersected in the hours before his tragic assassination in 1968. Written and directed by Emilio Estevez, the film blends archival footage of Kennedy with fictionalized stories of hotel workers, campaign volunteers, and everyday Americans who embody the turbulent spirit of the era. With an ensemble cast that includes Anthony Hopkins, Lawrence Fishburne, Sharon Stone, Lindsay Lohan, Demi Moore, and Elijah Wood, the film creates a mosaic of hope, conflict, and disillusionment. Though its narrative structure drew mixed reviews, its ambition is undeniable, and the emotional punch of Kennedy's real-life words, paired with his final moments, lingers. Bobby captures a turning point in American history, reminding us how fragile hope can be. Number 4. A Bridge Too Far.
The story of the most dramatic and devastating battle of World War II.
Richard Attenborough's A Bridge Too Far is an epic World War II drama that tackles one of the most ambitious and disastrous Allied operations of the war, Operation Market Garden. Based on Cornelius Ryan's best-selling book, the film recounts the attempt to seize bridges across the Netherlands in hopes of opening a direct route into Germany. With a staggering ensemble cast including Sean Connery, Michael Caine, Robert Redford, Anthony Hopkins, Gene Hackman, and Laurence Olivier, the movie spares no expense in scale or authenticity. Shot on location in the Netherlands, it stages massive parachute drops, tank battles, and the brutal struggle at Arnhem with stunning realism. Though some critics called it overlong, its meticulous detail and sweeping scope make it a defining war epic. A Bridge Too Far remains essential viewing for history and war film enthusiasts alike. Number 3. The Lost City of Z.
We may well write a whole new chapter in history!
James Gray's The Lost City of Z is a haunting exploration epic based on David Grann's acclaimed book. The film follows real-life British explorer Percy Fawcett, played by Charlie Hunnam, who becomes obsessed with the idea of a lost civilization deep within the Amazon. With Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland, and Sienna Miller rounding out the cast, the story spans decades, blending family sacrifice, the brutality of exploration, and the lure of discovery. Shot with lush cinematography in both Ireland and Colombia, the film channels the spirit of classic adventure dramas while maintaining a hallucinatory, almost dreamlike quality. Though it underperformed at the box office, critics praised its ambition and artistry, with Time ranking it among the best films of 2017. The Lost City of Z isn't just exploration, it's about obsession itself. Number 2. Kano. This is the sleeper of the video, and one we saw about a month ago that we still haven't forgotten. Kano tells the true story of a multiracial high school baseball team in Japanese-era Taiwan, made up of Han Chinese, indigenous, and Japanese players. Against overwhelming odds, they push their way to Japan's prestigious Koshien Championship, proving that unity and determination can overcome prejudice and doubt. At the center is star pitcher Meisho Akira Go, whose grit inspires both his teammates and the audience. Directed by Umin Boya and produced by Wei Shang, the film runs 3 hours yet never feels slow, balancing historical drama with inspiring sports action. Awarded audience prizes across Asia, Kano is an unforgettable underdog story, and easily one of the most powerful films on this list. Number 1. The Professor and the Madman.
You think I'm insane? You do experience yourself as being under threat. I only need books.
Topping our list is a film that feels both grand and intimate, The Professor and the Madman. Based on a true story, it follows Professor James Murray, Mel Gibson, as he undertakes the colossal task of compiling the Oxford English Dictionary. His unlikely partner, Dr. William Chester Minor, Sean Penn, a brilliant yet troubled man confined to an asylum for murder. What unfolds is a story of obsession, redemption, and the strange ways human genius can emerge from tragedy. Despite behind-the-scenes legal battles and a rocky release, the film itself is beautifully acted and emotionally striking. It's about words, but more than that, it's about connection. The fragile, haunting bond between two men who shaped how we understand language today. A flawed production, but a fascinating, unforgettable story.
Не говори гоп, пока не перепрыгнул.
And that's our list of the top 10 historical movies on Prime Video you need to watch. From sweeping war epics and political intrigue to hidden gems and underdog stories, each of these films brings the past to life in unforgettable ways. Some are well-known classics, while others might be discoveries you didn't expect.
If marrying you tonight keeps you from going to Vietnam, then it's worth it.
But that's the beauty of diving into history on screen. Which of these are you planning to add to your watch list, and which have already left a mark on you? Let us know your favorites down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this countdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into the movies you love. Until next time, keep exploring, and we'll see you on the couch.